So these are the objectives that we will cover by today's lecture. We will learn how to configure and modify text view properties and handle user interaction through event listener. We will understand how to customize edit text with properties and use the listener to handle a text input from the user and how the input can be changed. In this lecture, we will explore how to modify a button with properties and implement the listener of the to perform action when button is clicked. And in this lecture, we will learn how to customize image button properties and the listener of the image button. So these four are the objective of these lecture. We will learn about a text view, edit text, button, and image button in this lecture. Okay. So we will learn with a practical aspect like the properties of text view and listener of text view, all the properties of edit text and listener of edit text, all the properties of button and listener of button, and all the properties of image button and the user listener of the image button that we will discuss by today lecture. So these are the topics that will be covered in today's lecture. Text view with properties, method and listener. Edit text with property, method and listener. Button with property, method and listener. Image button with property, method and listener. So this topic will be covered by today lecture. First of all, let's start with the text view. So text view is a user interface which is used to set and display the text to the user based on the requirement. So what is the main usage of text view? Text view is working like as a label. You can say also it is just a kind of label. Some text will be displayed on that view. It is called a text view. A very basic view. You can say a widget also of the Android. The text view control will act like as a label control, and it won't allow user to edit the text. Okay, once we have written any text onto the text view, the user cannot edit it, right? So it is a kind of a label, we can say, and it is a kind of interface which is used to set and display some text onto the text view. The text can be static or dynamically both, but user cannot change that text directly. समझ रहे हो आप? अगर कोई टेक्स्ट लिखा है टेक्स्ट व्यू के ऊपर तो यूजर डायरेक्टली उसको चेंज नहीं कर सकता. हाँ, पर वो टेक्स्ट है वो स्टैटिक हो सकता है या तो फिर डायनामिक भी हो सकता है. These are the properties of text view. As I told you, we will discuss about the properties, method and listeners for all the views like a text view, edit text, button and image button. So first of all, let's have the concept of properties about the text view one by one. First property is Android:ID. It is used to uniquely identify the control. It is a very important property, and if you want to change the text of the text view dynamically, at that time these property will be used. So it is very important property. Whenever you are taking any text view in the screen, in the activity, you need to provide the ID, and you can see all the properties is written like as a prefix with Android colon. So Android colon is the prefix for the particular property, and that we need to write into the XML code. That I will give you the practical demonstration also. Then we have Android:link, sorry, Android:auto link. It will automatically found and convert URL and email address as a clickable clicks. Suppose you have taken a text view, and on that text view there is a text written like as a mobile number. So when you click on that text view, it will automatically open the call dialer in the mobile, right? Suppose in the text view you have written the any URL, and you are providing the auto link property, so that URL will be automatically found by the compiler, and when user click on that URL, the URL will be open into the browser. So this is the what main use of the auto link. Android colon EMS. It is used to make the text view be exactly these may EMS wide. Android colon hint. It is used to display the hint text when text is empty. Suppose there is no any text into the text view, right? Suppose there is no any text into the text view, and we will get the text from the dynamically. So if there is no any text in the text view and you need to write some text onto that text view like as a hint, so you are just providing the hint to the user. At that time, the hint property will be used. Android colon width and Android colon height. These both property are very most important for designing purpose. Width, it make the text view be exactly these many pixel wise. And the height, it may text view with exactly with the pixel tall. Okay. सो विथ जो है वो हमारा कितना विथ हमको चाहिए होगा वो हमें एंड्रॉइड कॉलन विथ में लिखना होता है. सो यहाँ पे जो है वो विथ प्रॉपर्टी में काफी सारी वैल्यूज हम इंक्लूड कर सकते हैं. Like as you can write Android colon with equal to match parent, or you can write a wrap content also. So this, what is the difference between these match parent and wrap content? I will teach you in the practical session. So अभी के लिए आप इतना समझ लो कि विथ प्रॉपर्टी जो है वो टेक्स्ट व्यू का विथ डिफाइन करेगी, और हाइट जो है वो टेक्स्ट व्यू का हाइट डिफाइन करेगा. ठीक है. एंड्रॉइड कॉलन टेक्स्ट, इट इज यूज्ड टू डिस्प्ले द टेक्स्ट ऑन टू द टेक्स्ट व्यू. आपको जो भी टेक्स्ट व्यू के ऊपर लिखना है वो आपको कौन सी प्रॉपर्टी में लिखना होगा? टेक्स्ट व्यू में लिखना होगा. वो अभी एग्जांपल में आपको मैं दिखाऊंगा. ठीक है. एंड्रॉइड कॉलन टेक्स्ट कलर, इट इज यूज्ड टू चेंज द कलर ऑफ द टेक्स्ट. सो आपने जो भी टेक्स्ट लिखा है टेक्स्ट व्यू के ऊपर, वो टेक्स्ट व्यू के ऊपर जो टेक्स्ट लिखा है वो टेक्स्ट में अगर आपको कलर देना है तो एंड्रॉइड कॉलन टेक्स्ट कलर प्रॉपर्टी विल बी यूज्ड. एंड्रॉइड कॉलन ग्रेविटी, it is used to specify how to align the text by the views as x and y axis. So this gravity property can use to align your text left, center, right, justified, etc. Max width and minimum width. Max width used to make the text view be at most these many pixel wide, or min width used to make the text view be at least these many pixel wide. So these all are the properties of the text view. इतनी है ऐसा नहीं है, काफी सारी प्रॉपर्टी है, पर अभी जो भी प्रॉपर्टी इंपॉर्टेंट है आपके लिए वो मैंने यहाँ पे रखी है. ठीक है. सो आईडी, ऑटो लिंक, ईएमएस, हिंट, विथ, हाइट, टेक्स्ट, टेक्स्ट कलर, gravity, max width and min width. These are the properties that I explained to you in this slide. There is another properties also, a very most important, Android colon text size. Text size is used to specify the size of text. You can provide the value of this property with DP or SP. DP means density pixel and SP means scale pixel. Text style, it is used to change the style like as bold, italic, underline, like that. If you want to provide the style to your text, then the text style property will be used. Text all caps, it is used to represent the text in the all caps. Suppose you have written a word into the text view and you need to change the word into the all characters to the capital letters. At that time, the text all caps property will be used, and the value of this property will be Boolean value. So you can write Android colon text all caps equal to true or text all caps equal to false. Typeface, it is used to specify the typeface like as normal, sans, sans serif and monospace for the particular text. Text color, it is used to change the color of the text. Text color highlight, it is used to change the color of the text selection highlight. Text color link, it is used to change the text color of the link. Suppose if you have written the URL onto the text view, so there will be a link onto the text view. At that time, this property will be used. Input type, font family is important. It is used to specify the font family of the text. And editable, if we set, it is specify that the text view has an input method. So these are the properties that we have discussed over here. There is much more than this, but here I have explained some important properties to you. This is, you can say, example of text view. Here I have taken 4 text view. Okay. You can see this is the file name is activity underscore main.xml. वो मैंने आपको बताया कि activity underscore main फाइल जो है वो कहाँ पे रहती है, ठीक है, कहाँ से ओपन होगी और क्लोज होगी. सो उसमें सबसे पहले क्या होता है, कोई भी एक्टिविटी अंडरस्कोर मेन फाइल होती है, उसमें सबसे पहले क्या होता है कि एक लेआउट होता है. सो हियर वी हैव टेकन अ लीनियर लेआउट and the linear layout orientation is vertical. I have set the orientation of this linear layout is vertical. Now you can see I have taken the text view over here, over here, over here, and over here. So total there is 4 text view. You can see. Let's discuss the properties that I have applied over here. Android colon ID equal to, this is the syntax. You need to write the ID like that. Android colon ID equal to @ plus ID slash text view 1. This is the ID of the text view. Say for example, text view 1. Here you can write any text. You can provide any ID to your text view. Then you can see there are a property name as layout underscore width. So this layout underscore width property is used to set the width of the text view. Here I have written match parent. Now I am just telling you that what is the difference between match parent and wrap content. Okay. So match parent is what? A match parent means it will take the width of the text view as its parent has. तो देखो ये टेक्स्ट व्यू जो है, ये टेक्स्ट व्यू का पेरेंट कौन सा है? लीनियर लेआउट है. तो ये क्या करेगा कि लीनियर लेआउट का जितना भी विथ रहेगा उतना विथ ये टेक्स्ट व्यू का हो जाएगा ऑटोमेटिकली. मैच पेरेंट. सो इट इज टोटली मैचिंग विद द पेरेंट. पेरेंट का जितना भी हाइट, पेरेंट का जितना भी विथ रहेगा उतना विथ ये टेक्स्ट व्यू का हो जाएगा. इट इज कॉल्ड मैच पेरेंट. Right? And you can see over here I have taken layout underscore height also. I have provided the value as a wrap underscore content. So wrap underscore content means what? Wrap underscore content means the height of the text will be depends on the height of the text that we have written onto the text. So आपका जितना कंटेंट रहेगा उतनी हाइट रहेगी ये टेक्स्ट व्यू का. जितना कंटेंट उतनी हाइट. और विथ में क्या रहेगा? जितना उसका पेरेंट की विथ उसका विथ रहेगा टेक्स्ट व्यू का. और हमने टेक्स्ट दिया है वेलकम टू दैट एंड्रॉइड ट्यूटोरियल. यू कैन से एंड्रॉइड लेक्चर. Text color hexadecimal, text size 20 dp. dp means a density pixel, and text style bold. We have provided these much properties in that text view. I hope you are now you are aware with the difference between match parent and wrap content. I will give you the practical demonstration also for that. Another text I have taken Android colon ID and layout underscore width, layout underscore height, layout underscore margin bottom. You can provide a margin and padding over here also. Margin bottom 15 dp. Then text all caps true. Text all caps true. You can provide the text over there. Another text view that we have taken ID with text view 3. Layout with wrap content, layout height wrap content. तो इसका विथ कितना रहेगा? जितना उसका कंटेंट है उतना विथ रहेगा. और हाइट कितना रहेगा? जितना उसका कंटेंट का हाइट है उतना रहेगा. टेक्स्ट क्या दिया है, वेलकम टू यूनिवर्सिटी, टेक्स्ट स्टाइल, टेक्स्ट कलर, बैकग्राउंड कलर इन हेक्साडेसिमल and layout underscore margin bottom. So you can see this is the example of the text view that I have taken over here. This is the example of the properties of text view. As I told you, all the widget has its property, method and listener. So this is all. I have given you the example of the property of text view. Now let's discuss about the method and listener. Here I have taken the example of main activity.java file. So when we are creating an activity, that I told you in the previous lecture also, when we create an activity, it will create two files. One is XML file, one is Java file. XML file is for design purpose and Java is for coding purpose. XML is a static value and Java will have the dynamic value. Okay. So all the package and import statement are written over here, that in the Android Studio, we do not need to write it. It will return automatically in the Android Studio. This is what the main benefit of Android Studio. You can see over, I have created a class main activity that will inherit app compact activity into the main activity. It means that all the properties of and method of app compact activity will be available to the main activity. Override function on create, super dot on create. This will be the default code. When you create an activity, this code will be there. Now the important code is these four. Here I have taken the, I have created a object of the text view. See over here, val tv colon text view. So what I have done, I have created a variable as a text view with the data type of text view, equal to find view by id r dot id dot text view 2. सो अभी हम क्या कर रहे हैं कि ये जो मेथड है फाइंड व्यू बाय आईडी, वो क्या करेगा, इट विल फाइंड द व्यू दैट वी हैव created in the XML. See, you can see over here in the XML file, we have created a text view with ID, text view 2 over here. Okay. So you can see now what I am doing is I am just finding that text view into my Java file, because this is another file, activity underscore main.xml is different file and main activity.java file is different file. Both are for only one activity, but both file is different. So we need to connect both file, right? We need to connect XML file with the Java file. All the widget that you have taken into XML, we need to connect with the Java file. And how you can connect? You can connect it by find view by ID. All the widget will be available by using that find view by ID. Okay. So what I have written over here, find view by ID r.id.textView2. So all the control of that text view will be available on text view now. Right? So all the control of that text view that we have defined in the XML file is now with text view. So then I have written tv.text equal to welcome to university, right? So tv.text, we have set the text over here, welcome to university, right? This is what the main activity.java file that we have created over here, and we have accessed the property of the text view like as a text, and that set content view is a very important line over here. It will identify which layout, which XML file is available, or we can say will be used for this Java file. So this set content view method, over here you can see in the set content view, it is written that r dot layout dot activity underscore main, and you can see our file name of XML file is activity underscore main dot XML. So we are referencing the XML file with our Java file from this set content view line. Let's have the next widget. So we have done with the text view. Now I will give you the practical demonstration in the practical session. So in this session, we are just focusing on the properties and examples. Text view is a user interface which is used to allow the user to enter or modify the text. What is edit text? Edit text is a kind of, like as you can say, a text box into the website. So it is used to allow the user to enter or modify the text. So user can enter any text into the edit text. While using edit text control in our Android application, we need to specify the type of data the text field can accept using the input type attribute. So there will be a property named as input type. By using that input type property, you can define the type of the data that user can enter into the text view, into the edit text, sorry. For example, if it accepts plain text, then we need to specify the input type as a text. In case if edit text field is for password, then we need to specify the input type as a password. So there is multiple input types are available for edit text. In Android, edit text control is the extended version of TextView. You can say like that also. It is an extended version of TextView. But what is the difference and additional feature is in the edit text, the user can enter the data, the user can modify the data. So in the Android, edit text control is extended version of TextView with additional feature, and it is used to allow user to enter input values. So if we as a developer, we need to get the value from the user in the application. At that time, we will use the edit text. Now let's have the edit text properties. Android:ID. Same like as a text view, it is used to uniquely identify the control. अगर आपको एडिट टेक्स्ट को आइडेंटिफाई करना है तो आपको उसकी आईडी से आइडेंटिफाई करना पड़ेगा. So it is very must important property of the edit text. Then Android:gravity. It is used to specify how to align the text like left, right, center, and top in the edit text. So suppose you have taken the edit text with full screen, full width. So that text will be entered by the user, but the gravity of text means alignment of that text you can specify by using the Android:gravity. Android:text. It is used to set the text onto the edit text. If you want to set that any text onto the edit text, the text property will be used. Android:text. Then there is Android:hint. And for edit text, the hint property is very important. It is used to display the hint text when the text is empty. When the edit text is empty, when there is no any value, when user doesn't have entered any value onto that edit text, at that time you need to provide the hint. For example, there is edit text and you need to take the Gmail of the user, means the email of the user, right? So you can write enter your email here. In the hint property, you can write something like enter your email here. So this is the hint text that we have provided to the user. Then Android:text color. Text color used to change the color of the text of the edit text. Text color hint. Now suppose as I told you, you have provided the hint to the edit text. Now you need to change the color of the hint text. So it is used to change the text color hint text. Text size. It is used to specify the text size of the text that will be entered by the user in the edit text. Then text style. It is used to change the style, bold italic of the particular text. That text will be entered by the user into the text, edit text. Background, it is used to set the background color for edit text. EMS, it is used to make the text view. And you can say edit text be exactly these many EMS wide. Android:width. See, these all properties which are written over here is also available into the edit text also, right? Android:width used to apply the width of the edit text. Android:height used to apply the height of that edit text. Max width, min width, text all caps. That is also we have seen into the text view. If you need to change your characters into the capital letters, text all caps equal to true. Typeface, it is used to specify the type space like as a for a normal, sans, serif, monospace. Text color highlight, input type. Yes, input type property is very important for edit text. It is used to specify the type of the text being placed into the text view. Used to specify the type of text that being placed into the text field. यूजर जो है किस टाइप का डेटा एंटर करेगा वो कहां से डिफाइन होगा, ये इनपुट टाइप प्रॉपर्टी से डिफाइन होगा. फॉन्ट फैमिली एंड एडिटेबल. This editable property is very important for edit text also, because if we set false, edit text won't allow to enter or modify the text onto the edit text, right? If we provide the editable equal to false, then the user cannot edit or modify the data which are written onto the text view. So this was the properties of the text view. Now next, let's have the example of the edit text first. So for example, in this example, I have taken the linear layout as an example. The linear layout with match parent, height match parent. So you can see like I have taken the linear layout and the width of the linear layout is match parent and height of the linear layout is match parent. It means that this linear layout is available for all the screen. Then I have taken padding left 40 dp. So you can provide the padding also into the layout. And orientation vertical, linear layout with orientation vertical, and id that I have provided into the layout, Android colon id equal to @ id slash linear layout. Now you can see I have taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 edit text over here. So let's have the example of first edit text is the element id txt name Android colon layout underscore with wrap content. What it means that wrap content means? Wrap content means जितना आपका टेक्स्ट होगा, जितना आपका कंटेंट होगा, उतना वो उसका विथ रहेगा. एंड हाइट में क्या है, हाइट में भी wrap कंटेंट है, तो हाइट भी टेक्स्ट की जितनी हाइट रहेगी उतना हाइट एडिट टेक्स्ट का रहेगा. लेआउट अंडरस्कोर मार्जिन टॉप, ऊपर से हमने मार्जिन डाला है 25 dp का. हिंट हमने दिया है एंटर योर नेम समथिंग लाइक दैट. इनपुट टाइप इक्वल टू टेक्स्ट. सिलेक्ट ऑल ऑन फोकस ट्रू, ये भी एक प्रॉपर्टी है जो उस टेबल में नहीं थी. सिलेक्ट ऑल ऑन फोकस, सो व्हेन यूजर क्लिक ऑन द edit text, all the text will be selected by default. Another edit text I have written over here, Android colon id equal to @ id slash txt password. Layout with wrap content, layout height wrap content, EMS hint property I have given to the edit text, password 0 to 9, and in the input type I have written number password. You can see over here, here input type equal to text, here input type equal to number password, right? I have taken another edit text. You can see the difference between these two is in the id txt email and in the input type text email address. So this is the input type to get the email address from the user. Another edit text I have taken for the date. So I have taken edit text Android colon id equal to @ id slash txt date. Layout with wrap content, layout height wrap content. तो जो भी हमने write करा है वो क्या है, हाइट जो है वो wrap content है, width जो है वो wrap content है. And then the important property is input type. I have taken input type equal to date over here. So this edit text is used to get the date from the user. Another edit text I have taken, you can say for phone number, input type phone over here. Then there is a button and there is a text view. So this whole example is covering edit text, text view and a button also. Now, this is the activity underscore this is the activity underscore main.xml file, and this is the main activity.java file, or in this example main activity.kt file. So you can say I have removed some default code over here, package statement, import statement, class statement. I have written over here from the onCreate directly. So that is what we have discussed in the previous slides about the package statement, import statement, class statement, and in that class we have the onCreate. So override function onCreate, super.onCreate, set content view, r.layout.activity_main. मतलब क्या रहेगा कि ये वाला जो केटी फाइल है, ये वाला केटी फाइल का डिजाइन फाइल कौन सा रहेगा, layout_main फाइल. Now you can see over here I have taken a different variable, name equal to findViewById, txt name, password equal to findViewById, txt password, email equal to findViewById, txt email, date of birth equal to findViewById, txt date, phone number equal to findViewById, txt phone, button submit equal to findViewById, r.id.button send, and result equal to findViewById, r.id.result view. सो ये नेम, पासवर्ड, ईमेल, डेट ऑफ बर्थ, फोन नंबर, ये सभी एडिट टेक्स्ट है. बटन सबमिट हमारा जो बटन लिया था वो है, और रिजल्ट जो है वो टेक्स्ट व्यू है. नाउ व्हेन यूजर submit on the button, this will check for the emptiness of the edit text, all the edit text. See over here, I have written button submit dot on set on click listener, means when the user click on that button, will check for condition if name dot text dot to string dot is empty, और जो है ये जो लॉजिकल ऑपरेटर है, पासवर्ड डॉट टेक्स्ट डॉट टू स्ट्रिंग डॉट इज एम्प्टी, और ईमेल इज एम्प्टी, और डेट ऑफ बर्थ इज एम्प्टी, और फोन नंबर इज एम्प्टी. और का मतलब क्या होगा, इसमें से अगर कोई एक भी एम्प्टी रहेगा तो रिजल्ट टेक्स्ट में क्या रहेगा, प्लीज फिल ऑल द डिटेल्स. ठीक है, ऐसा भी आप कर सकते हो. और अगर कोई भी एम्प्टी नहीं है तो वो एल्स में जाएगा. नेम, पासवर्ड, ईमेल, डेट ऑफ बर्थ, फोन नंबर, एक भी एडिट टेक्स्ट एम्प्टी नहीं छोड़ा यूजर ने और बटन के ऊपर क्लिक करा है तो वो एल्स में जाएगा, क्योंकि ये सभी कंडीशन फॉल्स पड़ेगी. सो रिजल्ट डॉट टेक्स्ट इक्वल टू, ये वाला जो है वो हमने टेक्स्ट में डाला है, नेम डॉलर नेम डॉट टेक्स्ट, पासवर्ड डॉलर पासवर्ड डॉट टेक्स्ट, ईमेल डॉलर ईमेल डॉट टेक्स्ट. ये डॉलर वाला जो है वो कैसे एक्सेस करते हैं वो मैंने कॉटलिन का प्रैक्टिकल में दिखाया है आपको, कि कोई भी वेरिएबल का वैल्यू कैसे प्रिंट करना है. डेट ऑफ बर्थ डॉट टेक्स्ट, फोन नंबर डॉट टेक्स्ट, एंड trim indent. So this is the very simple and very basic example of the edit text. We have taken 5 edit text and a button and text view, and we are going to uh, check whether the edit text is empty or not. Right. So this is the edit text example that I have taken over here. Let's have a concept of button. Button is a user interface control which is used to perform an action whenever the user click or tap. So when any user click on the button, you need to perform such task. At that time, the button will be used. Generally, button in the Android will contain a text or icon. So button के ऊपर क्या रहता है, टेक्स्ट रहती है या तो आइकन रहता है, और कभी कभार बोथ भी होता है. And perform an action when user touch it. We have a different type of button available onto the as per the requirement. Those are image button, toggle button, and radio button. Whenever the user click on the button object will receive a on click event. So keep this point in your mind. When any button will be clicked, it will call to the on click event, and the listener of these button is set on click listener. We can define click event handle by for button by adding Android :click property also. If you do not want to write the click listener in the KT file, you can provide Android :on click attribute to the XML file. The value of Android colon click must be the name of the method which we need to call in the response to a click event. So आपको यहाँ पे क्या करना पड़ेगा, Android colon on click equal to मेथड का नाम लिखना पड़ेगा और वो ही मेथड Android Studio में वहां पे KT फाइल में बनेगी. और when the user click on that button, that method will be called automatically. Now, the properties of button. Let's have some discussion about the properties of button. Android colon ID. It is used to uniquely identify the control. Same like TextView and EditText. Gravity. It is used to specify how to align text left, right, center. Some of the majority of the properties are, you can see a repeated property from TextView and EditText. Android colon text used to set the text onto the button. Android colon text color. It is used to change the color of the text that we have written onto that button. Text size, text style, background, padding, drawable button, drawable right, drawable left. So these are the important properties of the button that I have written over here. And on click is also a very most important property that I have not written in this slide, but I am just telling you orally. There is a property named as on click. Okay, so if you write on click method onto that on click property in the button, it will call to the particular method. Let's have an example of button. You can see this example. I have taken a linear layout with orientation vertical. Width of the linear layout is a match parent. Height of the linear layout is also match parent. Means this linear layout is covering all the screen. Then I have taken a text view with ID, width, height, margin left, margin top, and text property first number. I have taken edit text with ID at the rate plus ID slash. The ID of these edit text is first number. Width जो है वो edit text का wrap content रखा है. Height जो है वो भी edit text का wrap content रखा है. और margin दिया है हमने 100 dp का. Then I have taken another text view. Second text with wrap content, height of wrap content, the text of these text with second number and layout margin left 100 dp. Then I have taken another edit text with second number as ID, wrap content width, wrap content height, margin left 100 dp. And I have taken button over here. So you can see, you can assume the design text view edit text and text view edit text and button. So the ID of this button is add button. The width of the button is wrap content. The height of the button is wrap content. And the layout margin from text we have given 100 dp. And the text which are written onto that button is add. Now, let's have the KT file now. Override function on create, super dot on create, set content view. Value first number colon edit text equal to find view by id r dot id dot first number. This is the variable we have taken. Another variable I have taken secondary number colon edit text equal to find view by id. Means ये secondary number का type क्या रहेगा, edit text रहेगा. r dot id dot secondary number. And I have taken a button also. Variable for button add colon button equal to find view by id r dot id dot add button. Now, when user click on the add button, so what is the listener? The listener of the button is set on click listener. Keep this point in your mind. This is very important. The listener of the button is set on click listener. So when the user click on the button, I have taken the two variable, number one text and number two text. We will get from the text, that text we are getting from the edit text. So first number dot text dot toString, second number dot text dot toString. So when the user enter the value into that edit text, we are getting that value from that edit text to the variable name is number one and number two text. Now we are just checking the value. If number one dot text is empty, number two dot is empty. अगर ये दोनों में से एक भी empty है तो एक टोस्ट रहेगा, क्या आएगा, प्लीज फिल अप ऑल द फील्ड. तो मैसेज आएगा यूजर को. बस अगर ये दोनों के दोनों फील्ड में कोई वैल्यू डाली हुई है यूजर ने और बटन ऊपर क्लिक करता है, क्या रहेगा? ये एल्स में और वेरिएबल लिए है, नंबर 1 इक्वल टू नंबर 1 डॉट टू इंटीजर, नंबर 2 इक्वल टू नंबर 2 डॉट टू इंटीजर। तो हमने क्या करा, जो भी टेक्स्ट वो डाले है यूजर ने एडिट टेक्स्ट में, उसको हमने इंटीजर में कन्वर्ट करा। And then we are printing the addition of the value in the toast. So toast is a message that we are getting onto the screen, and we will get the toast message with the value sum equal to addition of two value, sum equal to dollar number 1 plus number 2. So I hope you are getting the point. Image button. सो इमेज बटन क्या रहेगा? जनरली बटन के जैसा ही है, पर बटन के ऊपर अगर आपको इमेज डालनी है तो इमेज बटन जो है वो आपका यूज होगा। ओके, इमेज टू द बटन बाय यूजिंग इमेज बटन एट्रीब्यूट नेम एज एंड्रॉइड कोलन एसआरसी। अगर आपको बटन के ऊपर कोई इमेज चाहिए, ऐसा अगर आपको डिजाइन करना है, तो आपको विजेट कौन सा लेना पड़ेगा? इमेज बटन। और उसकी प्रॉपर्टी, इंपॉर्टेंट प्रॉपर्टी कौन सी रहेगी? एंड्रॉइड कोलन एसआरसी। ओके, ये स्टैटिक वैल्यू आपको, अगर इमेज स्टैटिक इमेज फिक्स करनी है। अगर आपको डायनामिकली इमेज फिक्स करनी है फ्रॉम कोडिंग, सो देयर इज अ मेथड नेम एज सेट इमेज रिसोर्स। So set image resource is a method. You can change the image dynamically by using this method. You can define the click event of the particular image button also by using the onClick method, by using the onClick property. Okay. The value of the onClick will be the name of the method which we need to call in the response to the click. So when user click on the image button, which method you need to call? Okay, that method name you need to write in the onClick property. So properties of image button. First of all, there is a ID, Android colon ID, used to uniquely identify the image button control. SRC, this is very most important property of the image button. It is used to specify the source image file for the image button. को इमेज बटन के ऊपर आपको कौन सी इमेज रखनी है वो कहां से डिफाइन होगा? ये SRC प्रॉपर्टी से डिफाइन होगा। हम एग्जांपल में देखते हैं। Background, it is used to set the background color for the image button. Padding, it is used to set the padding from left, right, top, bottom of the image button. See over here, there is an example of image button. So this is the XML file. That XML file is available into the layout folder, and layout folder is available into the SRC folder. Linear layout with orientation vertical with match parent. Height of the layout will be the match parent, and the ID of the linear layout is L_layout. So आपने ये तो देख लिया कि टेक्स्ट व्यू की प्रॉपर्टी, एडिट टेक्स्ट की प्रॉपर्टी है। मेन क्या रहेगा? यहाँ पे हमारा इमेज बटन रहेगा। सो इमेज बटन यहाँ पे लिया हुआ है विथ ID @+ ID/add बटन। सो यहाँ पे इमेज बटन का ID दिया गया है। इमेज बटन का विथ लेआउट अंडरस्कोर विथ wrap कंटेंट है। लेआउट अंडरस्कोर हाइट जो है वो wrap कंटेंट है, मतलब जितनी इमेज की साइज होगी उतना ये इमेज बटन हो जाएगा according to this example. Layout margin left 100 dp. Now the important properties is Android colon SRC equal to @drawable/add icon. So यहाँ पे हमको क्या करना पड़ेगा? आपकी जो भी इमेज है उसको कॉपी करके आपको ड्रॉएबल फोल्डर के अंदर, जो प्रोजेक्ट पैनल होती है ना, प्रोजेक्ट पैनल आपको ओपन करके ड्रॉएबल डायरेक्टरी में आपको वो इमेज पेस्ट करना है, और उसके बाद वो इमेज आपको यहाँ पे अवेलेबल होगा। तो सबसे पहले आपको इमेज कॉपी करके वहां पे पेस्ट करना है, उसके बाद आपको इमेज बटन लेना। तो यहाँ से आपको SRC में डायरेक्टली @drawable/ करोगे तो इमेज का नाम आपको दिखाएगा, वहां पे से वो इमेज सिलेक्ट कर लेना। सो नाउ इमेज बटन का जो KT फाइल है उसको हम डिस्कस करते हैं। हमने क्या करा है? सबसे पहले ऑन क्रिएट super.onCreate set content view r.layout.activity_main। सो ये KT फाइल का XML फाइल कौन सा रहेगा? activity_main.xml फाइल। 3 वेरिएबल, फर्स्ट नंबर, सेकंड नंबर, और एक वेरिएबल ये है बटन के लिए। पर ये जो बटन है वो क्या है? इमेज बटन। प्रीवियस एग्जांपल में क्या था हमारा? हमने सिंपल बटन लिया था। अभी हमने क्या लिया है, यहाँ पे इमेज बटन लिया है, ठीक है। सो फर्स्ट नंबर एडिट टेक्स्ट इक्वल टू फाइंड व्यू बाय आईडी आर डॉट आईडी डॉट फर्स्ट नंबर, सेकंड नंबर कॉलन एडिट टेक्स्ट इक्वल टू फाइंड व्यू बाय आईडी आर डॉट आईडी डॉट सेकंड नंबर, एंड val बटन एड कॉलन इमेज बटन। सो ये वेरिएबल कौन सी टाइप का है, इमेज बटन टाइप का है, इक्वल टू फाइंड व्यू बाय आईडी आर डॉट आईडी डॉट एड बटन। So when user click on the image button, when user click on the image button, I have applied the same logic, but what is the difference between these two over here? You can see in the simple button, there is no property name as src. Over here, there is a property name as src. By using src property, you can apply the image on the button. First. Second thing is that you can see over here, we have taken the object of image button, not for simple button. Okay, so there will be an image button, and when you click on that image button, set on click listener, there is a listener of the image button name is set on click listener. I have applied same logic. I have taken a value from the user, first number dot text dot toString, second number dot text dot toString, and now I'm checking the value. If number one dot is empty, if number two dot is empty, so I am just providing the toast message to the user, and if the user has entered into the both edit text, then I am just printing the sum of the two value. The logic is same with the previous example, but the difference between is there was a button and here is a image button, and the property of image button and listener of the image button. Let's have a summary part. In data development, TextView, EditText, Button, Image Button are essential UI component. A TextView can be customized using method like setText, setText size, and listener of the TextView is set on click listener. EditText used to capturing the input from the user. You can provide the method like a set hint, set input type, and the listener of the EditText is add text change listener. अनेबल रियल टाइम इनपुट वैलिडेशन। सो ये जो एड टेक्स्ट चेंज लिसनर है वो रियल टाइम वैलिडेशन के लिए यूज रहेगा। बटन इज यूज्ड फॉर ट्रिगरिंग एन एक्शन विथ अ मेथड लाइक सेट टेक्स्ट, सेट बैकग्राउंड कलर, एंड द लिसनर इज सेट ऑन क्लिक लिसनर। Similarly, image button has the method as a set image resource, set background, and the listener is set on click listener. Keywords that we have taken in this lecture: text view, used to display the text with some property, method, and listener. Edit text allows the user to input text and has some properties, some methods, and some listeners. Button, it is used to customize with properties like a set text, set background, and listener is set on click listener. Image button display an image instead of a text onto the button, and you can customize with a set image resource set on click listener, and the listener is set on click listener is for image button. Okay, let's have some multiple choice question MCQ. What method is used to set the text of the text view? Set text size, set text color, set hint. So the right answer is B. Set text method is used to set the value of the text view. Which of the following method is used to modify the input type of the edit text? Edit text का input type अगर आपको change करना है तो कौन सा method रहेगा? Set input type method जो है वो वहां पे apply होगा. How do you listen for a button click event in the Android? Set text, set on click listener, set background color, set visibility. So अगर आपको कोई बटन के ऊपर क्लिक करे और इवेंट जनरेट कराना है तो उसका लिसनर कौन सा रहेगा? Set on click listener. B is the right answer. Which method is used to set an image resource for image button? Image button के ऊपर आपको अगर कोई image resource dynamically set करना है तो कौन सा method रहेगा? ऑप्शन 4 ऑप्शन है, सेट इमेज रिसोर्स, सेट टेक्स्ट, सेट बैकग्राउंड कलर या सेट हिंट. सो द राइट आंसर इज सेट इमेज रिसोर्स is the method. It is used to set the image on the image button. What is the primary purpose of edit text? To display static text, to enable user text input, to handle button click, to show images. So the edit text is used to enable the user text input. So अगर आपको user के पास से कोई इनपुट लेना है तो एडिट टेक्स्ट का यूज होगा एंड्रॉइड में. Which method is used to change the background color of button? Set text, set background color, set image resource, set content description. So right answer is set background color. अगर आपको बटन के ऊपर का जो टेक्स्ट है वो टेक्स्ट को अगर उसका कलर चेंज करना है या फिर बैकग्राउंड का कलर चेंज करना है तो बैकग्राउंड का कलर चेंज करने में कौन सा मेथड रहेगा? सेट बैकग्राउंड कलर. How can you enable or disable button programmatically? So which method will use to enable or disable the button? Four option: A, set visibility; B, set enable; C, set on click listener; D, set text. So the right answer is B. By using that set enable method, you can enable or disable the button programmatically with the value of these set enable method will be true or false. Which listener is used to handle a text change in the edit text? edit text के ऊपर अगर कोई text change हो रहा है तो उसका listener क्या रहेगा? On click listener, on editor action listener, add text change listener, set on focus change listener. So right answer is C. Add text change listener will use to handle the text change into the edit text. What is the purpose of set content description in the image button? A is used to set the image of the button, is used to provide the description for accessibility service, is used to set the button text, used to change the button background color. So here the right answer is B. The set content description method is used to provide description for accessibility of the service. Which of the following method can be used to change the visibility of TextView? TextView की visibility आपको change करनी है तो कौन सा method रहेगा? Set text, set visibility, set background color, set typeface. So the method which are used to change the visibility of the text view is set visibility. These are the self-assessment questions for today's lecture. What is the purpose of text view and how can its property be modified programmatically? How can you handle the text input change in the edit text by using the add text change listener? What method can be used to customize the appearance of a button? And how can you set on click listener on the perform action? How does an image button differ from a regular button? And how do you set the image resource for it? How can you handle user interaction with text view button and image button using listener? And these are the important references. You can refer these books for the better knowledge. So, what we have done in this lecture? In this lecture, we learn about 4 widgets of the Android. First is a text view, edit text, button, and image button. We have learned all the properties related to these 4 widgets. Properties of text view, properties of edit text, properties of button, properties of image button. Then there is a listener, listener for text view, listener for edit text, listener for button, listener for image button. And there is some methods also for text view, edit text, button, and image button. So this is 4 widgets that we have completed in this lecture. So that's all from my side. Thank you. And here I am ending with my session. Thank you, guys.